I'm here and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a kind of mini installment of a beginner's guide to collecting manga. It doesn't have too much to do exactly with collecting manga, but more of how I organize my manga. Since I do obviously have a very large collection of manga, it's gonna be hard to keep track of everything. So a while back I showed my manga spreadsheet. So this is just one of my manga spreadsheets. I'm gonna go over how I made the spreadsheet and then how you can kind of create your own, and then I'll leave some details of it in the description box as well, just because I know some Excel formulas can be a little confusing to set the boxes how you want. But yeah, I'll go over all of that, and without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the video. Alright, and so here I have the akko 5108S one-piece keyboard. So this is a full-size keyboard. We just have all the straw hats on the cover of the box, I guess is what I would call this, but I'm super excited to open this, so let's get into it. So just another look at the box. I literally love the art on the box, and I'm super stoked to finally have this because I've had my eye on it for a while now. But akko thankfully sent this over to me. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I don't make any money from posting this or even talking about it, and these also won't be affiliate links in the description box. I just generally love this board, and I love akko products, so akko, in the future, if you do want to sponsor me and pay me, let me know, please, because I love you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and unbox it. This keyboard's so nicely packed into the box, where it comes with a foam, and then another piece of like thin foam covering the keyboard itself. And of course, what is a keyboard unboxing video without a sound test? So we'll do a quick sound test of this keyboard. And this keyboard comes with a dual kickstand, so you can choose the height that you want to set your keyboard at, which I think is a nice touch because sometimes, you know, it depends on your mood. But here is a closer look at the keyboard. That comes with like special keycaps where it's like the one-piece font, like the one-piece calligraphy, which is actually the name of this keyboard. But there's also some design keycaps where it has all of our favorite straw hats on there. And I think it's just such a nice touch for it to be small images rather than it being like an entire image covering all of the keycaps. I really like how all of those look together. I think they did a great job, especially with the attention to detail. Even though these are like small detailed caps, you don't really lose any of like the characters' designs, which I think is also a nice touch. And of course, this lovely numpad is going to be so helpful when it comes to doing my manga tracking in my Excel spreadsheets, because having a numpad makes all the difference with an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm super stoked to finally have a keyboard with a numpad. And this keyboard comes with akko's jelly pink switches, which are a switch that I've never tried before. They have a 45 grams of actuation force, which is like the amount of force that it takes to push down on the actual keys. And these are linear switches, so they're not going to be super clicky. And they also don't have a bump when you press down for a keystroke, which is also my favorite kind of switch because I'm not a big fan of tactile or clicky switches. And of course, my favorite part of this keyboard is the fact that it's a full size with a numpad. So making an Excel spreadsheet without a numpad is going to be really tiring on your fingers, which is the reason why I opted for a full size keyboard, because it's going to be so much easier when you're typing all those numbers, making your manga spreadsheet. So I highly recommend getting a keyboard from akko, especially if you're getting into building keyboards. They have DIY kits, but they also have fully built sets just like this keyboard. They also have other designs that are anime related, such as Demon Slayer, and they also have some Sanrio keyboards, so there's going to be a keyboard for everyone on the akko website. Especially if you're not a One Piece fan, you'll be able to find something that you enjoy. But let's go ahead and get into the spreadsheet. Alright, and then just to get started with your spreadsheet, you'll just go ahead and title it whatever you'd like, and then you can go ahead and copy what I'm typing into these cells right here. So I'm just putting the name of the series, the volumes that I've read, volumes that I've owned, the rating that I gave it, whether or not it's a completed series or not. So basically just copy what I have down right here, and for the most part you can just design this however you'd like. I'm just formatting it just so it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye for me. But you'll go ahead and basically just fill out all the different titles that you own right here in the first column, and then in the second column you'll put down how many volumes that you've read out of how many volumes that you own. So just go ahead and fill out those portions of the Excel spreadsheet, and we'll move on from there. And once you have everything filled out, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and add a line for the sum of the amount of volumes that you have read. So you just type in equals sum, and it'll usually just populate all of the volumes, all the numbers that you already have in the column already, and it'll give you the total number of volumes that you read and then total numbers of volumes that you own, which is super nice that it auto populates. And so for this next portion, you're just going to go ahead and highlight all of the cells under ongoing series. And you'll also do this with completed series, so you could honestly do it at the same time, but you just go to insert checkbox and it'll go ahead and insert all of the checkboxes for you. So this way you can check whether or not it's an ongoing series or whether or not it is a series that you own the complete series of. And right here, I'm just doing some formatting. You can obviously choose how to format this however you'd like, depending on the aesthetics that you're going for. Honestly, I just kind of do it as I go and see what I like. I decided I was going to do this spreadsheet pink instead of my old one was actually yellow. But yeah, we're just going to try out like some new colors. And of course, make it whatever color you want. You can choose literally any color. You can type in your own personal hex code if you want to do it that way. Like I said, this is completely up to you how you want it to look, because this is going to be your spreadsheet that you use, and I don't really have any business on how you design it. So this is just kind of like a template guideline of what I did with my spreadsheet. For instance, right now I'm just going to go ahead and fix up this color. I'm not the biggest fan of that color, so I'm just going to change it to my own hex code that I put in. And I'm also going to go ahead and change the checkboxes to a different pink color as well, just so it kind of is a little bit more tied together in a way, if that makes sense. Alright, and then this is what gave me the most trouble when I first started making these manga spreadsheets for keeping track of how many volumes that I've read, was this progress bar. So I'll go ahead and copy and paste this entire thing into the description bar for you guys later. But basically what you do is you type in equals sparkline, parentheses, and then that first number is going to be the cell that has the total number of volumes that you have read. And then you'll type in the rest of that, and then when it says max and you see those purple numbers, it's going to be B191, which is that same column that you have for the total number of volumes, and then you're just going to add 1, so you're going to do colon, and then so 192 is my next row down, for example. So I just did that, and then you'll just go ahead and do color and then choose whatever hex code that you want to add for that. I accidentally misplaced a number, so I had to recopy it into this cell, but you get what I mean. I'll go ahead and copy this entire thing, and then that way you can just fill out the numbers that you have for your own spreadsheet. It'll be a little bit easier that way. And so I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste that same equation right here to make my bottom bar. I'm just going to go ahead and change the B values to C values because they are in the same row. I just have to change which column they're in, which is pretty easy. I just go ahead and delete the B's and put in C's, and then I'll change the hex code to a different color. I'm not the biggest fan of the color I chose, so I did end up changing it again, but that's basically how you make the progress bar. That was really confusing to me when I first started making these spreadsheets, like I said, so I'll go ahead and leave that equation in the description box. But now you can basically just put in like whatever this is for, so I'm just making it my like reading log, so I just go ahead and type that in there. So it's like my progress of how much I've read in my collection and whatnot. Alright, and then the next part of this is basically just filling out your checkboxes. So you'll go ahead and check it if the series is ongoing, and you'll check it if the series is completed. So the thing is that both boxes cannot be checked at the same time because it can't be an ongoing series and you can't own the completed series at the same time. However, you could have both boxes unchecked because you could also have a series that is completed but you don't own the complete series. But basically after this point, you can kind of just customize the spreadsheet however you like. If you want to add notes, etc. Just kind of make it your own, add your own touch. You can add your ratings in if you've read all those series, and basically just fill it in however you see fit. Alright, and that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thank you so much, Akko, for sending me over one of your keyboards to talk about, and definitely helping me out with my manga spreadsheets, because having a numpad and a keyboard is literally makes it the world of difference when it comes to making spreadsheets, which is just what I like to do with collecting manga and how I stay organized with everything. But this video is not sponsored. I don't make any money from posting this video. They were just kind enough to send me over a keyboard, and all of the links I will put in the description box with some of the keyboards I really like from them. Those are also not affiliate links. I don't make any money off of that. But yeah, all my socials will be linked down below in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!